Well, it seems like Burger King is pretty much responding to all the backlash they're getting, and I decided to copy and screenshot this and let you guys read this for yourselves. So this was their response to all the backlash that they was getting for letting that woman go that was working at Burger King all by herself down there in South Carolina. Um, all I gotta say is this: it is what it is. I think somebody is pretty much GoFunding this woman, and the woman deserves the money. Someone she will deserve that, man, because whoever fired you, and I'm gonna say this: whoever fired that woman at Burger King, whoever the manager was, let me just say this: you is an asshole for firing that woman. You are, because y'all could have cut that woman some slack. Y'all could have been like, nah, don't come into work today. We're still gonna like pay you for your hours because you stayed up all night and day holding it down for us. Just don't come into work today, and we're gonna see can we find more help. And then when we get enough help in there, then you can come on back to work. But until now, just stay home and chill, and you'll still get paid for your hours and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? That's how they should have did this woman. They should have been like, look, we know you got kids and stuff like that. Just take a few days off, whatever like that. You still gonna get paid. You know what I'm saying? They could have like at least cut that woman some slack to show some appreciation though. But they shown zero appreciation for this woman right here. Zero appreciation for what this woman did though. And one thing I learned in life, people, that you can't make everybody happy. No matter what you do, you try to go out your way, you try to make the bosses happy, they don't be happy. They still be assholes about it. They still be bitter, still be assholes about it, feel like you ain't doing your job. And that's the thing I took notice of in some jobs though, is that some jobs you work at that they can easily bitch and complain rather than showing how much they appreciate you. And that's what I noticed on some jobs though. I'm not saying all jobs like that, but some jobs is some people can easily complain and whine and bitch about things that you're doing wrong. Oh, they can easily do that. But when you're doing a good job, you're trying to hold it down, busting your ass, they don't want to always show that appreciation. They can easily complain, but they don't want to show the appreciation though. And I got a feeling that's who that woman was basically surrounded by. And you know what else that I forgot to mention in my video about this is that normally they would have Mexicans in there. Mexicans usually be back there flipping the burgers though. So they want no Mexicans there. No Mexicans though. It probably got something to do with it. I'm thinking it's probably got something to do with the pay or probably the deportation, because a lot of Mexicans are scared. Some Mexicans are scared to come to work, especially if they ain't got their paperwork right and everything like that. Some Mexicans are afraid to come to work though, so that might play a part in. Because normally when you go into McDonald's, Burger King, you always see a bunch of Mexicans back there flipping burgers and stuff like that. You don't, you know what I'm saying? In this woman's case, you didn't see no Mexicans back there. So I don't know if these Mexican women didn't want to come into work because they was afraid that they were going to get caught by deportation, or it could have been just the money, or the manager there was just a plain asshole and just firing everybody though. That's basically what it is though. And it bees like that sometimes. Some people you cannot work with. You can't work with assholes, especially when they're the ones that'll just send you home and just want to get rid of you. You can't work with people like that. You really can't. It's hard to work with assholes. Like you try to come in and try to do your work the best way you can, and you're working with an asshole boss. That's just very difficult. I can't work with no asshole boss. I can't. I couldn't work with no assholes because I don't have patience for assholes, because I can get an attitude just as much as they can. You know what I'm saying? I just walk out on the door and job and go, you know what I'm saying? That's what I would do. I've done that before in several jobs. I said, look, I'm not going to come to work every day and deal with an asshole manager that's always on your ass and never got nothing positive to say to you, and just always finding stuff to complain though. You just can't work with people, man. Some people you can work with, and some people you can't work with, man. And I don't have the patience of dealing with people's ignorance. I just come to work to make money, make my money, and go home, come back to work the next day. I don't come to work to try to listen to another grown man or listen to another grown woman whine and complain every day, stuff like that. You can't, especially when you got to deal with that 5 days a week or 6 days a week or whatever your schedule is when you got to go to work. That ain't good for the human mental mind, man. That's not good for that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Burricane, that was y'all best explanation on why y'all got rid of her? Like, really? And I agree with people said in the comment section, that woman should really sue y'all for that, for what y'all did. Because it's not her fault that y'all don't got enough people in there. It's not her responsibility to make sure that y'all supposed to have enough people. That is y'all's job to do that. That is y'all's job. Y'all just mad. I mean, and another thing is, she wasn't the one that recorded herself being there working alone by herself. Y'all saw the video. Some random customer came in there, recorded this woman, and put it on TikTok. So you mean to tell me that's what y'all's mad about because y'all got put on blast for that? So y'all got mad because some random customer came there and recorded her working there all by herself, and then y'all gonna try to take it out on this woman, which is not that woman's fault because she didn't ask to be recorded. So y'all really mad at the random customer, so y'all took it out on her. Y'all took it out on her. That's what y'all did. Y'all sorry, man. I mean, Burricane, y'all straight up sorry for what y'all did though, but that was just straight up sorry for what you did. And again, whoever fired her is a straight up a-hole for that. Straight up a-hole. That's somebody that don't appreciate nothing though. Because I guarantee you, one of the higher ups got into that person's ear and said like, yeah, we don't appreciate her being interviewed and saying that nobody wants to work. We got to figure out how to get rid of her. Oh, I got an idea. She comes into work about 10 or 15 minutes late. Why not we use that as an excuse to get rid of her? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Because, we know she's got kids and she's got to drop her kids off at school and everything like that. So, yeah, she's going to come in 15, 20 minutes late. That'll be our excuse to get rid of her. Because we don't appreciate what you did being on TV like that, which was not her fault. It was not her fault when she first got recorded. But that's how they use that. They use that as a way of getting back at her. And she said nothing but positive things about y'all when she was being interviewed. And somewhere down the line, somebody got into one of these managers' ears. The higher ups told the manager, just get rid of her. We'll look out for you. If you get rid of her, we'll look out for you. That's what that was. That's exactly what that was, though. And whoever the person that fired her, you notice that they ain't coming out. You notice that they're not even coming out saying anything. They're not even saying anything. They're not even revealing themselves. You know what they're doing? They're getting one of the higher ups to speak for them. But if I was that woman, if I got fired, I would definitely be putting the person on blast that fired me. I don't know how they fired her. They probably fired her through the phone. I don't know how they fired her. But I'm assuming that somebody, the higher ups probably came there and told her, like, look, we don't need you there no more. You come in, work late every day. And I think what it was, she probably got an attitude about it. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. They probably told her, like, look, you can't keep coming in, work late every day. And she probably got an attitude with them and probably told them, like, well, damn, I sat there and worked, put in like 12 hours of work for y'all. I worked here all by myself. And now y'all threaten to get rid of me and everything like that. F y'all. And that's probably what she said to them. And they said, like, well, okay, then you're fired then. And she had a right to get upset about it because y'all are ungrateful for what y'all did, man. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, you know what? Let's cut her some slack. We'll let her come in late for work for a good while, but you yeah, man, that right there was uncalled for. Again, people. Um, I hope again, I hope she deserves a whole lot better, and I hope somebody down the road she get a better job than that, and she could rub it in the Bird King's faces. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Peace.